I'm Paul Zigo, and this is Cinema for Cynics. So I watched a movie about a spooky clown. A movie, in fact, called Clown. 2016's Clown was produced by Eli Roth, who is billed as the master of horror in promotional trailers. I'm not sure that Cabin Fever and Hostel earn you that crown, but hey, at least there's someone involved who knows horror, right? Right? Horror movies often have absurd premises. The trick is getting the audience to willingly suspend their disbelief by presenting at least a believable reaction to the absurdity. Clown falls down on that one task, and as a result, the entire film just falls into rubble early on and never recovers. We start with a 10-year-old boy whose favorite thing in the world is clowns. Already we have a problem. If this movie were set in the 1800s or something, I can almost see it. But Father, I simply must go to the circus and see the clowns, or I shall perish from grief. This movie takes place in modern times, and in modern times, people call the cops on clowns for just fucking walking around town. No modern 10-year-old boy gives a flying fuck about clowns other than avoiding them. That aside, it's our boy's birthday, and oh no, the clown that Mom and Dad ordered for his party is a no-show. Luckily, Dad is a real estate agent and just happens to be touring one of the properties he manages, which just happens to have a trunk in the attic that just happens to have an old clown suit in it, complete with a rainbow wig and a big red nose. What an amazing coincidence. Dad puts on the suit, and he's already the most disturbing fucking clown you've ever seen. Even if we buy the conceit that his son is obsessed with clowns, there is no way he carries a party of 8 to 10-year-olds looking the way he does. Anyway, Dad somehow crushes his gig as a clown while looking like a homeless maniac, freshly escaped from the psych ward, and he falls asleep in the uncomfortable leather suit. Here's where the shit of this movie really hits the fans. The next day, Dad wakes up, can't remove the costume. Naturally, he ignores this and proceeds to drop the kid off at school before he heads into work, even though the wig, the nose, the suit all seem to be stuck to his body. After fruitlessly trying to remove the suit at work, using power tools, he goes home to his wife, who is a nurse, and reveals his plight. She giggles at him. Silly men always getting evil clown suits stuck on them. Then she rips the nose off of his face with a pair of surgical forceps. Only after she takes off basically half of his real nose in the process do they finally go to the hospital. While at the hospital, our main character seems to forget that the suit is fucking attached to him. He just never mentions it to a doctor. Gets his shredded nose bandaged and goes straight home, still wearing the fucking suit. It's a head scratcher of a moment, and it's only the second or third of many. Eventually, Dad tracks down the original owner of the suit, who just happens to live nearby, and finds out the origin of the suit and clowns in general. Apparently, the suit is the skin and the hair of a demon called the Cloyne. Clowns exist in the modern world as a way to dampen and disguise the horror of what the Cloyne truly is. You would think that things would rapidly accelerate from there, with Dad becoming a demon and going on a killing spree, but you'd be wrong. The movie just lingers on his transformation forever. He wanders around town and through the woods looking utterly insane. He personally wrestles with his growing hunger for human flesh, and eventually, thankfully, eats a child. How does he accomplish it? The child, of course, comes straight to him. Because he's a clown, man. Kids fucking love clowns. The movie shifts gears from there, becoming about the man's wife and her attempt to save her husband from the demon controlling him. It's pretty standard, honestly. That is, until she finally gets some FaceTime with the demon after it eats its way through a Chuck E. Cheese. The demon asks her to kidnap and bring it a child, and I shit you not, she fucking does it. Never have I seen a movie so eager to make its hero totally unlikable. She just kidnaps a little girl and drives her into the woods with the intent of feeding her to a fucking demon clown. The film deserves some props, I guess, on its willingness to break Hollywood's children don't die gory deaths rule. Kids are dismembered 12 ways from Sunday in this movie, but it unfortunately just adds to the absurdity. Children are being mauled left and right all over town, but law enforcement just seems to be unaware. The Cloyne's child murder rampage goes on over the course of several days, Yet nobody seems to know about it or care, least of all the cops. Eventually, Mom manages to best the demon with a little help from the weirdo who owned the suit originally, but we're still left with the knowledge that she was at one point willing to feed the fucking thing children. The ending, like the rest of the movie, falls flatter than a cheap IHOP pancake. I'm pretty sure there was the possibility of a decent slasher creature feature buried somewhere in Clown's development, but it never succeeds in selling its horribly flawed premise to you. It gives you nobody in the film to identify with, as every character choice leads to a confused shrug and an automatic, why didn't they do X? Clown sucks. Don't watch it.